The following video will contain spoilers for every season of Fear the Walking Dead, including Season 6, every episode leading up to Season 6, Episode 8. So if you haven't seen any of the episodes, any of the seasons, go watch them, and yeah, enjoy the video.
Hi. I'd like to report a shooting. His name is John Dory.
You don't want to live with that. That's not what I want.
He got shot by a little girl. She murdered someone, and John found out, and then she shot him, and it was just, it all happened so fast. I don't know where they're located. Is this Texas or somewhere? You might recognize him from Fear the Walking Dead. Hello? Hello? No. Okay. Let me try and calm myself down. What can I watch? Play the recent episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay, playing Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead.
No! Play the recent episode of The Walking Dead.
Okay, playing Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead.
You're kidding me.
I am not kidding you.
Put the gun down. You don't want to shoot me. You don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to live with that. That's not what I want.
Sorry. Doesn't always have to mean something, John.
Hey guys, AGOIT Abbott here, and today we are going to be doing another episode of Media Dumpster. But life comes with loss, and we lost a courageous man tonight on Fear the Walking Dead. He was a fighter, he was a hero, and he was a good man. That being said, I'm going to continue being depressed over the course of the episode. This is going to be a bit of a sad one, maybe the first sad Media Dumpster episode we've had in a long time. But we are looking at Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead, which is easily the worst season. So with that said, let's make fun of it like hell. So we open the season with Morgan and the crew crashing a plane in a nuclear area, although they don't know it's nuclear yet. They meet some kids, and it's revealed that another half of our group is just chilling at the mill that they found at the end of Season 4. By the way, this is a really good time to mention you probably should be caught up on all of the seasons, or else you won't understand anything that's going on. If you're not understanding anything that's going on, good luck. Alicia is the badass of the group. She takes out any walkers they need to, but later on in the season she ends up painting trees. Well done. Morgan is the leader of the group. He is a pacifist, and he has the worst written line in this season. If it's dead, shoot it. Daniel Salazar is a man that we once thought was dead in Season 3 of the show, but now he has returned, and he doesn't really do all that much. He's kind of left out of most action, so, he mostly just plays the guitar the whole time. Victor Strand and Luciana are two characters that are basically, they're front runners for this series. Luciana doesn't do much this season, as she does pretty much every season, as she just looks after kids and helps, out and heals her wounded arm, while Victor Strand, he kind of helps out Alicia in her tree painting phase, and is ultimately the one that operates the plane to lead the group off of this treacherous island, or land, they have found themselves on. June is the wife of John Dory. She is a nurse, and she's pretty cool. She was very useful this season. John Dory is single-handedly one of the best characters in the Walking Dead universe, and if you haven't seen the recent episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, you'll see. If you've watched this far into the video, you know what happens to him, but lovely guy. You'll see what happens with him in the season. Charlie is a absolute shithead. She killed Nick, and I couldn't care less about her. She does some interesting things this season, has her own episode. Ugh. Grace is this woman that they encounter. She knows a lot about nuclear things, and she will be a bit of a love interest for Morgan, so that's nice. Dwight is a man from The Walking Dead that came over to this show, much like Morgan did. He is simply looking for his wife, Sherry. That's pretty much his entire story arc this season, not much else from him. But it's good to have the guy. Virginia is quite possibly one of my most favorite characters on the show, simply because she is so evil, it's almost comedic. She doesn't do a whole lot this season. She's only in maybe 3 episodes, but she's there. And then you have, like, Sarah and Wendell. They don't do a whole lot, but they're present. So, yeah, just wanted to give you guys a bit of a bit of a summary of who the characters are. Our group is pretty cool at taking out walkers, and they have to help Luciana because she's been injured by a piece of the plane that is stuck in her, in her shoulder. That's important to mention. That is important to mention. But after some cool walker kills, we meet Max and Dylan's sister Annie. Max and Dylan are some kids that are there when they arrive, when the plane crashes, and Annie's just like,
You have no idea where you landed, do you?
what is that supposed to mean? She says that like a few times, and then there's characters that say like, you really shouldn't have landed here. It's like, it's not like it was their choice, like, feck off. We also meet Grace in the second episode. She has experience in the nuclear range. Morgan and Alicia have to help her clear some walkers, while Strand finds out that Daniel is alive. He goes to Daniel to try and barter for a plane, but Daniel's not having it and tells him to get out. Meanwhile, Charlie actually sneaks in to Daniel's cargo, and they have a plan to basically get the plane while Daniel is out with Charlie, but Charlie and Daniel actually end up forming a bit of a connection, so Daniel just decides to help out in the end. So it's good. They have a plane. Daniel and Charlie can go. Working out fantastic, except it can't. So they have to use a hot air balloon. Why did they have to use that? Because Strand used all of the power on chopping up walkers to save Daniel. I mean, it was to save Daniel, but come on, Strand. You could have easily used that, but they have to go to where Morgan and everyone else is in a hot air balloon shaped like a beer bottle. This is stupid already. John and June actually meet Dwight, and we kind of have this big group forming here. Alicia's struggling with killing, but she does a great job with it. When there are some complications with the plan. The kids want to stay on the land, but of course they're going to die, so they really shouldn't. And I don't know why exactly they won't accept Morgan's help. It's very unclear. I mean, I get that they lost their parents, they don't really trust anyone, but this is the first chance you have at getting off this place and going somewhere and, you know, living, which is the main goal of her group, is to live. Go with Morgan. All hell really starts to break loose by the end of the first half as the nuclear power plant alarm goes off. Grace is struggling to get all of the survivors back to the plane. John and Dwight are out looking for Sherry, but unfortunately for Dwight, John finds a note from Sherry telling Dwight not to look for her anymore, so he kind of gives up on that, and they get to the plane. As well as, you know, Strand and Charlie are already there from their beer, hot air balloon voyage. I hate that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And they all get on the plane. And there is a decent scene here where John proposes to June. And it's really nice until you realize that the exact episode number when he proposed is identical to the death episode for John. So he proposed to June in season 5 episode 8 and season 6 episode 8. He's dead. That is so sad. So the found footage stuff is really interesting until they do it for episode 15, like I said. So it's basically Morgan and the group are doing their best to just help people. That's been the main theme of the season. It's been a boring theme, but no, that's really all I can say. I mean, The Walking Dead has had, like, they've had no seasons where they're just like, let's help everybody. But, you know, Morgan's super peaceful, and he's like, oh, life is precious, I will not kill. And it's annoying because it's like, when are you going to accept that to live in this world, you have to kill? It's kind of been the same storyline over and over with Morgan. That's the only complaint I have about his character. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of enjoyable, but we get some really bad episodes after that. We get a Charlie-centric episode, which is just kill me. Then there's a new character called Wes. He might have a bit of a relationship with Alicia, possibly. And then, of course, you have this new one with Morgan and Grace. So it's just one big love thing.
It's like a damn romance novel.
Logan and his people show up to this oil rig where Luciana and the kids from the first half, and I think Sarah, Wendell, Dwight, they're all there as well. And they have to, like, try and negotiate with Logan, but really, I don't see why they could have just, like, not told Logan where the oil fields are. He found them himself, but, like, you know, they let him in. They let him inside the denim, like, the factory that they were held up in the first half. But I feel like they could have at least, like, took some of them out, like, took them on. But no, they're too afraid, and they don't want to kill. As soon as it seems like he's going to have a redemption, Virginia and her people come in and go, pew pew, pew 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 pew, and they kill him. So Logan is dead, which is crazy to think about, because he barely even got much time to be a villain, and now that he's finally kind of getting this villain arc, he starts to go on a redemption path, and then he's killed. So it's kind of a waste of a character, if you ask me. But honestly, Virginia is much better.
No way!
But episode 15, as you saw from the Fear Takeover of 2021, is the worst episode of Fear the Walking Dead ever. Ever. I hated that. to the finale, which isn't that bad. Our group is at Humbug's Gulch, which is this old western town. It's pretty much just like the same place where John and June find Dwight in the first half of the season, but it's got a bunch of walkers in it. But the thing is, our characters are so dumb by this point in the season. Even Alicia, who I love Alicia, but she is the one that comes up with the plan ultimately to lead the walkers away, along with Dwight, who gets horses. But no, beforehand, everyone's just like, oh, I guess we're done. And they call Virginia, and Virginia's like, okay, I'm going to come get you. And they know that if Virginia comes to get them, she's going to separate them, you know, and maybe even kill some of them if they don't comply. And then they realize that they can lead the walkers away, and they just go on with the plan of having Virginia come there. It's like, if the place is cleared, then you guys don't have to go with Virginia. But everyone's taken by Virginia. We do get a John and June wedding, which, once again, it's really sad because episode 8 of season 6, it hurts. And Morgan is left there with Virginia. Now, Virginia does not like Morgan because she thinks he interferes with her future plans. So she shoots Morgan right in the chest. And he is pretty screwed at this moment. And guess what? Cliffhanger! No, I'm just kidding. He fucking survives. I mean, season 6, episode 1, all the trailers and everything, it was pointing to he survives. So Morgan survives this cliffhanger, so it's not even a cliffhanger, so you're welcome on that. So, Fear the Walking Dead season 5 is an absolute mess. I hope you guys enjoyed going through the season with me today. I know it was a rather rushed one, it seems like, because this is an entire season, 16 episodes. I don't have, like, an hour to do this. Enjoy the outro, and yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know what movie we're doing next week. We are doing a movie next week. I believe... Oh, no. You're not gonna like the movie we're doing next week. I'll see you guys next time. It's Time Trap on Netflix. Go watch it, or don't. It really wouldn't matter to me. Save your money. Save your time. What am I saying? Money? Netflix is free. But your time isn't.
Hey, sweetheart, you know I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you myself!